Hello, Retro Core kids. This is ThatZooooooooo with another quick look at. It's another N64 game made by Nintendo, and this is Wave Race 64, presented by Kawazuki Jitsuki. Which, in the Virtual Console version, they had to remove the license, so hopefully I don't get sued. So hopefully this artifact will remain. See up. 1996 Wave Race. I like to consider this a parallel to 1080 Snowboarding. They're closely similar. Both made by Nintendo and Nintendo ED, I think. And when they get to the GameCube era, they cross over. Even. No, as I mentioned in the 1080 video, Ricky Winterborn, Ricky Winterborn, Akari Hayami, and Rob Haywood are playable in Wave Race Blue Storm. And yeah, and three of the four characters here are playable in Blue Storm as well. Sadly, none of the Blue Storm characters translated into Avalanche at all. But still, Wave Race. It's another racing game, kind of like 1080. As you can see by the demo here, is that you're racing, but the gimmick is that you have to pass buoys either on the left or the right side. Yellow L's on the left and red R's on the right. Here, and you have to be the first person to reach the goal first. And strangely, as you saw, there's only 4 racers instead of 8 or 2 or something. It's kind of an odd number. So you can see you got championship. You got the standard championship mode. That's the Grand Prix. Time trials is a 3-lap race, fastest time. Stunt mode is a trick mode. And 2P versus a head-to-head race mode. It kind of looks like 1080, doesn't it? You can't tell. I recorded the 1080 video first, so shouldn't matter if you watch either or first. Should be able to enjoy it. So let me go to the options really quick. One thing you can do is that you can change the names of the 4 riders here, but I like to keep them on their defaults here. See the records. You can change the conditions if you want. You can make the wave conditions calm or wild or random. But if you want records to count, you have to leave it on defaults. You can set the number of misses allowed to up to 5, or you can't miss 1. Of course, the default is 5. The game wants to be easy on you. But if you want to be hard on yourself, you can't make it miss any. So that it could be good in 2-player races where players like to sort of chop off parts. I just keep it on the default. You can set the lives from 3 to 9, and this affects all game modes, including championship. So if you want to make a long and hard championship, you can have 9 laps and 1 miss. But I like to keep it on the defaults. Set it on the defaults. You can do it for each of the difficulty modes too: normal, hard, and expert. So you can have normal be 5 misses, 3 laps; hard 3 misses, 6 laps; and expert have 1 miss and 9 laps or something. Audio is audio. You can erase and save and load here. So you can actually mess with the game a little. This game is praised for having really good water effects for the 64, and an early 64 game at that. Look, 1996. It's like an early to middle N64 game. It has really good water physics. Methinks. See, on the 64, that's some really good look. That's for some really good water. So when you go to the championship mode, you see you have 4 modes here. You got normal, hard, reverse, and you see a 4th option, reverse. I'll cover that later, but I'll go into when you pick normal, you have the choice to go into the championship right away or go to the warm-up course. So let's go to the warm-up course here. So you got 4 riders. You got Ryota Hayami. Ryota Hayami is the balance of the bunch. He has average ratings in all 4 categories. I think handling, acceleration, top speed, grip, and stunts. I think he's average in all of them. Ayumi Stewart is the girl, I guess, the chick. She has slower top speed but she has higher acceleration, grip, and stunts, I think. Then you got Michael Jetter, or M. Jetter. I think his name is Michael. Here he's the only guy that doesn't return to the sequel, Blue Storm. So yeah, I think he's sort of replaced by Nigel Carver, but he's the stunt guy. He has average top speed, think a bit higher acceleration, but he has really good cornering and really good stunts. So You probably want to pick this guy for the score attacks there, stun attacks. And you got the big guy, David Marinade, the big guy. He's the top speed guy. He has high top speed and high durability. He's harder to knock off his jet ski compared to the others, but he has low acceleration, turning, and stuff. So what when I'm playing time trials, I use David Marinade, of course. When I stunt, I use Michael Jeter, but if I'm just playing, I'll use Ryota Hayami. So you can play with the normal settings of the watercraft, such as all down the middle, or you can customize them. You can customize 3 settings. Handling, you got the handling be light, which means it'll turn slower, or heavy, which means it'll turn quicker. Engine, you can have it accelerate more with dash, or you can have it be top speed more with top end. And with grip, you can choose to have sort of your watercraft stick to the water lightly or tightly. I think that's how it goes. But I'm just going to play on normal. See, if I go to Michael Jeter, you can see how I have him set up. If you want to copy my time trial settings, here I got him on light handling, top end engine, and tight grip. That's how I get it to work for me. So even though you can modify the stats slightly for a character, you can't get it to be quite the same. For example, even if you turn David Marinade's handling all the way to light, you can't get the same turning capacity as he can with Michael Jeter. And you can't get the same top speed if you can't quite get David Marinade's top speed even if you turn Ayumi Stewart's engine all the way to top end. You can adjust them lightly, but you can't really do too much. So it's subtle customization, I like that. So this is the warm-up course where you can only free roam in. I don't think you can do time trials in it, but you can do a score attack in it. So it's just a place to get used to the controls and such. You can ride around, follow the dolphin and whatever. Ooh. You can just explore this island, get used to the controls, how your rider handles. So you can listen to the narrator tell you stuff and the ticker at the bottom. So you can start the championship from here, or you can quit back to the main menu. Be careful though. If you're forced to retire though, you'll automatically go to the next race there. That's just something. So you can turn left and right, of course. A is accelerate, B is brake. Of course, you're not going to touch that too much. You can press up and down. You can up and down to move the rider forward and backwards, which you might need to adjust your rider's ride handling every now and again for a better performance. If you pull back and left or back and right, you can do a tight turn here. You're going to need to do some of these on some of the courses. Do tight turns. Here. And now, the fancy stuff, the stunts. If you do up and down, that's a backflip. The backflip's the easiest one to do. So, that'll be your bread and butter. I don't think there's a front flip, but I'll try. Yeah, there is no front flip. If you do down and up, you'll do a Duke, which can be useful to access some shortcuts there. Sorry about the black lines there. The dive is useful for giving you access to some shortcuts on the course. So remember that So remember that. Dang it, game. At least the black lines are an easy fix. Just have to wave my hand over it. It's like magic. You also got the barrel roll. Do a barrel roll and land on your head. That was a fail. That's why barrel rolls give you more points, but they're harder to pull off. I usually don't do them too much. You got the left barrel roll and right barrel roll. Do a barrel roll. Press Z or R twice. Heh. So let me see if I can land a barrel roll. There we are. Land the right barrel roll. You also got on watercraft stunts here. You spin the control stick in a certain direction, in certain directions, and release the accelerator. And you spin it in a certain direction. I'm not sure how to do these. They're a lot easier to do in Blue Storm. So you got stuff like the submarine, you can do handstands, you can do ride on the front, you can ride backwards. Yeah, I'm not sure how to do them on this version. Here. But you can do them, and it's necessary for Trick Attack to get the highest score you can, which, if I can demonstrate one, be useful. Come on. Come on. Up and down, then hold. Yeah, that's a backflip. If you're feeling ballsy, you can do flips off the waves too, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's not the suggested retail method. Come on, can I do an on watercraft stunt, please? Please? Show the audience at home? Well, oh well. There you can do those. Be careful though. One way to retire is if you're outside the pink buoys for 10 seconds, you'll auto-retire. Or if you're landlocked for 10 seconds, you'll auto-retire. See, that'll happen too. Here. So that's basically that's the basics of it. So I'm going to quit out here. And I'm going to run through the Expert Championship for you. So normal is the standard. You get to play through 6 of the 8 courses. Here with easier buoys. Hard bumps up the buoy placement a little. And adds in a 7th course to play. Expert makes the buoy placement as hard as it can be. And slightly alters some of the courses too. And you get to play all 8 courses. Reverse, it flips you on your head. You run through the courses in reverse in their expert state. So the buoys are flipped around. I might do reverse just to show you how different running the courses in backwards are. But for now, I'm going to do an expert run. So I'm going to cut out here. I'm running out of time here. I'll have to record it in the morning here. So I'm going to do Ryota Hayami normal, and I'll see you I'll see you in a couple seconds at the start of the Expert Championship. Here we go, the Export Championship. 8 courses of expert buoy placement fun. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. The first round here is Sunny Beach. It's an easy oval-shaped course, and even on expert, the buoy placement isn't really that bad. It's a nice, easy course to get your feet wet. So, let's go! Yeah. So I guess on this first course I'll explain everything. So, the buoys, like I said, the buoys you have to pass the yellow buoys on the left side and the red buoys on the right side. Failure to do so will cause you to incur a miss and power down. So you can see at the bottom left is your miss counter. Once you earn that 5th miss on the default settings, you'll be forced to retire and take 0 points. Now at the bottom right is your power meter. When you miss, or when you start the race or when you miss, you start off 0 power level. And once you start passing buoys on the correct side, your power level will rise. And the power level is related to your performance. The higher your power level, the more speed and performance you have. So you want to try to keep your power level at maximum for as long as you can. Let's see, at the top left, you got your total time and lap times. And your rank is up there. See, I'm in 1st. You may see that up arrow of a 3. That means I need to place 3rd or higher in this race to advance. Yes, there is a minimum point requirement. If you fail to meet the minimum point requirement, you get a game over and be forced to restart the circuit from race 1. So yeah, it could be kind of bad if you don't get the point requirement. You even get a special finishing jingle if you finish in a rank not high enough. And lap is the lap you're on, and speed is your speed in kilometers per hour. We're dealing with metrics here. And on the right side, you can see everybody's position, along with how far they are behind the leader at the end of each lap. Which is interesting. Even though it's not necessary, I like to stay after stick around after I finish the race to see how far everybody was behind me. So you can see David Mariner, I call him Marinade. David Marinade was 3/4 of a second behind. Ayumi Stewart was 9 seconds behind. And Michael Jeter was 9 seconds behind as well. So yeah, one time I had the AI be 35 seconds behind me, which is sort of crazy. Granted, it was on normal, but yeah, 35 seconds behind is kind of ridiculous. As you can see, the courses here are usually range from 20 to 35 second laps. So yeah, you can lap somebody with that. So you can see the point breakdowns here. First place gets 7 points, second place gets 4 points, third place gets 2 points, and fourth place gets 1 point. You can see at the very bottom what placement you needed to advance. I got first. I need a 3rd or better. I got 1st though. I'm ready to go. Ryota's winning because he's America. His watercraft is America. You can see the circuit totals there. You can see under each person's name the points they got for each race. So as we do more races, we'll get something like 7-4-7-1-2-1-4-7. So for the point totals, see on the far right is the cumulative total. At the bottom is the amount of points you need to advance to the next race. I needed 2 to advance to the next race. I got 7, so I'm ready to go. So I think I got everything out of the way. So Sunset Bay, round 2. It's suspiciously shaped like a gun. Yeah. Getting crap past the radar much? It's kind of necessary, announcer, to do, to start your engines. So yeah. They might as well just call this Orange Soda Bay because this water is really orange. Whereas the rest of the water is blue to light blue to dark blue. This is pretty orange water. Orange Soda Bay. I'm not quite Kel from Keaton and Kel, but I love me some orange soda. Orange soda is the best soda. Maybe aside from Baja Mountain Dew, but still, orange soda. Though I passed the buoy on the wrong side. See, you can see my speed just really tanked when I missed that buoy. So it's important to not miss buoys. Other than being disqualified, you want to keep your speed up. Oh, I barely did that. I went under the buoy. Well, it works. If you can hear it over my talking, you may notice that the music is suspiciously... Oh, that's what you get, David Mariner, for trying to... Marinade, for trying to knock me off. Dang it, Michael Jeter. Everybody's playing dirty. Get out of the way. But the music sounds suspiciously similar to the main theme. Well, that's because it's basically the same... The main theme that plays on the main menu... It's just basically remixed for the rest of the courses in the menus. You may call it lazy, but I like it. It brings a sort of harmony between with the soundtrack to the game. Along with the courses have their own look and aesthetic and feel, the soundtrack makes it all harmonize. It's all one. I like the riffs on the same music track. I like it. Wave Race 64 probably has some of my favorite music in the 64 library, if I'm honest. So we finished. Michael Jeter, Dirty Cheater, was 1 second behind me. David Marinade, Dirty Cheater, was 3 seconds behind me. And Naomi Stewart, Clean Racer, was 8.5 seconds behind me. See, on expert, the AI is not afraid to get rough with you. They will try to actively knock you off your water jet ski. It sucks. And they do cheat as well. You may know, I don't know if you saw, but they miss buoys too. But they're not restricted to the 5 miss limit. And they don't power down when they miss a buoy. They will always, their pathing will always lead them to go around the buoys the correct way, but if they miss, it's basically no penalty for them, which sucks. So, we worked through that. I guess I should explain the turbo start at some point. To get a turbo start, like most racing games, you press the accelerator when the announcer says go. Ugh. Depending on how close you are, you start with a higher power level. You may notice me doing that at the start of each race. So Drake Lake is a square. I like this course, Drake Square Lake. Thanks, narrator. So I'll try to press the A button as close as you can to the go. So I got orange power level, not bad. So if the more early or more late you are to the go, you'll start with a lower power level. Again, you want to try to start with the max power level. Oh, dang it, camera. Sorry about the black lines there. Good thing pausing's a quick fix. So for some reason, as a kid, I thought max power was a name. So once you reach the maximum power of your jet ski, I thought you transformed into max power or something. I was a stupid kid, along with the lollipop thing with 1080 snowboarding. I was a stupid kid. So yeah, turbo starts, you watch... If you get the, as long as you get the, if you start with yellow power, I say that you're doing all right. So you're usually not going to reach your top speed by the time you get to the first couple buoys. So you can get your top speed there. If you only get the blue or green, if you only get blue, green, or no power level, well, you really suck at the turbo start. I'm sorry. Try to get at least yellow. You're fine. But yeah, you may notice this Drake Lake. We started off with a thick fog on the course, and it's steadily cleared up as we went through the laps. There, I'm just going to take the miss there. I don't want to go around the buoy. Sometimes it may be in your best interest to take a miss rather than trying to go around a buoy. So yeah, Don't know. Dang it. I just decided to take the missile instead of trying to go around the buoy. So I had to be a little strategic there since that pole got in my way. That pole section in Drake Lake is a jerk. Man, there was a clear way to go through it, as you saw. I did it well on the first and second lap, and just sort of botched it on the third lap. Man, the pole dancing section can be a real pain in the butt if you don't know how to go through it. So yep, I almost screwed it up there for me, and the grass will slow you down, as you see. So yeah, David Marinade finished half a second behind. Iomi Stewart was 9 seconds behind, and Michael Jeter 24 seconds behind. He must be a fan of 24. 24 seconds. Jeesh, man. Don't know what you did there. Keep doing that. I'm happy with that. So, David Marinade is going to be my rival here, it seems. Michael Jeter and Iomi Stewart are a bit lagging. So it's course 4. Marine Fortress. Sort of like a shipment yard, I guess. You may notice that you can see my best 3-lap time on the right and best lap overall on the right. So when you do time trials, you're going to want to set the laps to 3 laps. Because more than likely, you're not going to set a hot time on 4 laps or higher. Unless you're somehow really good and you set a hot time on 4 laps that you couldn't on 3 laps. That's the paradox. But yeah. But the thing is, though, I don't get is that they group times the normal, hard, and expert times in the same. So a normal time is just as good as an expert time by this game's standards, which is a bad move which I think is a bad move. Here, they should have had normal, hard, and expert be separate categories, but oh well. So if you're doing time trials, try to play the courses on normal if you can, on the lowest difficulty. Of course, on the hard course, you have to play on hard or higher. On the expert course, you can only play on expert. Reverse has its own timetable, which is fair enough, I guess, but normal, hard, and expert should have their own timetables. You may notice this gate here was closed on the first lap. It opens up on the second lap, and it opens up a shortcut here. So you need to take the shortcut on laps 2 and 3. The AI will not make it easy if you don't take the shortcut. I see I took that turn wide. I have a hard time coming out of that turn for some reason. I might need to use Michael Jeter here on this course for time trials. But yeah, you can on the first lap if you get a good jump off a wave, you can dive under the gates and take the shortcut on the first lap. So David Marinade fell too, so I was lucky. Sort of fell off too, so I was lucky. So yeah, I hate that last turn there. So celebrate, Ryota, you earned it. You saw I fell off there. Sports teams dunk their coaches in Gatorade when they win. In jet skiing, you fall off. You dunk yourself. The thing is, though, when you retire, either by missing buoys, by coursing out, or selecting the retire option from the pause screen. Did I go over the pause screen? Yeah, I'll do that to start the next race. But yeah, when you retire, you sort of dunk yourself. Oh, I give up. You just sort of dunk yourself in the water. Oh, I don't have reason to live anymore. Yeah. So David Marinade was about 1.5 seconds behind. Michael Jeter was about 3 seconds behind, and Iomi Stewart was, I think, 7 seconds behind. Forgot to look. So we're halfway through. We got 4 courses left. David Marinade is giving us a run for our money. Hopefully he'll screw up and get 4th. Hopefully. Just have to hope. So course 5, Port Blue. You may notice the route we're taking. You may notice that strange outside blank space. Well, this course changes significantly from normal and hard to expert. Thanks, announcer. I will have a good race. So I guess I'll do the pause menu now. You can see on the pause menu, if you can continue the race, current race from where you are. If you retire, you'll retire yourself. It's like being disqualified. You'll take 0 points and you'll be pushed to the next race. Since you have to at least aim for a minimum point goal. So if you have enough points and you're coming up to a course you don't like, you can just retire from the race and you'll be just pushed to the next race with 0 points and still be able to race. So if you're just playing for fun and you don't really want to do a course, you can just retire yourself so you don't have to do it. I suggest Glacier Coast. But yeah, since I'm playing the window, I'm going to try to get first off all 8 races here. Restart circuit restarts the current circuit from race 1 on Sunny Beach. Son of a beach. I think I used that joke already. Sunny Deep. I called Sunny Sunset Bay Sunny Delight Bay. It looks like Sunny Delight, doesn't it? Any quick game boots you out to the main menu. So yeah, so your options here. So like I said, as I was saying before, Port Blue. It's like a port. On normal and hard, you take the left route here, but on expert, you take this corridor here. You take this tight corridor here, which is pretty hard to navigate here. Probably your first time through is going to be really pretty hard to navigate. Here, you're probably going to run into the walls the first time you navigate through that. But like you notice I said on Marine Fortress that you want to play on normal for time trials. Well, Port Blue is an exception. The expert route is shorter than the normal route. So you want to try to get good at playing this course on expert if you want to have a chance at time trials. So yeah, I don't know. It showed Ayumi Stewart going under when she didn't fall off. Interesting. So yeah, this is an exception. You want to play Port Blue on expert for time trials. It's a shorter route overall. So you got to get really good at navigating that tight corridor. It's probably one of the few times we're going to need to use the brakes. Unlike the conductor on Macbeth, he didn't know where the brakes were. You want to make sure you have your brakes handy. I didn't hit the brakes on there, I just let go of the accelerator at a strategic point. So I think I got this. I usually hit the second ramp there. So, Banzai! Celebrate, Ryota. You earned it. And David Mariner did kind of stink a little. You got Trace. No, that's 13th. Tracero, 3rd. Segundo, 2nd. And Primero's 1st. Forget what 4th is. Dead last. So, Ayumi Stewart was 2 seconds behind. David Marinade was 3.5 seconds behind. And Michael Jeter was 6.5 seconds behind. So, there's a kind of a tight race here. See what the AI pathing does for Ryota. Now, the AI pathing is pretty good on that. Yay. Thanks, announcer. I'm going to tell you right now, the minimum point goal to be able to finish the Grand Prix is 35. So if I wanted to, I could retire. I could just select the retire option for these next 3 races, and I would have enough points to finish out the Grand Prix. Sort of cheese the system. But I'm going to try to get first. David Marinade can get first all 3 races. He'll get 21, so he'll have 37. So he needs to get another 3rd or 4th placement. So more than likely he will. But he's my main rival here. But I'm going to try to get first here. So I'm going to try to get the maximum point total here. 56. So Twilight City. Either this or Drake Lake's my favorite course. I like the look of Twilight City. It's a very, very pretty course, and it's at night. Not that Twilight with the vampires and werewolves. Twilight, as in Twilight City, Twilight Town from Kingdom Hearts. So you need to get used to doing the dive, because on expert mode you need to take the shortcut. On expert mode you need to dive under the wall. On hard mode the ramp is up enough that where you can jump the wall. But on expert you need to dive under the wall. So that's a point where you need to dive, where you need to master that at least. Again, like I said, it's usually best to stay grounded, or on the water in this case, to go fast, because you lose speed in the air. So usually, but if a jump will allow you to take a shortcut, it's usually best to take it. David Marinade's on my butt. Ayumi Stewart and Michael Jader must have missed a shortcut. So watch out for those mines. The spike mines won't blow up, but they're more than likely to knock you off if you smack into them really good. Same thing with buoys. Buoys are pretty solid objects, believe it or not. If you smack into them hard enough, you will wipe out. So watch out for these mines. There we are. Whoa, took that turn kind of tight. Ugh. David Marinade's catching up though. Hopefully he'll mess up this shortcut. Mess it up. Nope. So, we got a race here. I might want to play it safe more than sorry. So I'm going to take the ramp here. Gonna play it safe. Don't want to wipe out like like David Marinade just did. Haha. Play it safe. I want to try to keep my lead here. Don't want to blow it now when I only have 3 races left. Again, that one's pretty easy, so I'm going to navigate because I took the turn tight last time. I don't want to risk it. And oddly, that was my fastest lap when I took the ramps. Oh well. David Marinade, 6 seconds behind. Ayumi Stewart was 12.5 seconds behind, and Michael Jitter is just falling off his bike. Or watercraft. Or jet ski. So, 22 seconds behind. Way to go, Michael Jitter. Way to go. So I think I'm locked now. Even if David Marinade finishes first in the next 2 races, I'm guaranteed to win. So David Marinade is just right on my butt. So yeah, don't know if I mentioned this, but Twilight City is hard or expert only. Hard and higher, hard and reverse. Here's the hardest course in the game.
Welcome to
Glacier Coast. Ice physics! Yay, and the buoy placement is hard. It's very hard. Glacier Coast can only be played on Well, thanks for the vote of confidence, announcer. Yeah, this course is hard. Along with ice physics, you got these ice balls here, and they'll knock you off your jet ski if you run into them. You can see that everybody took a spill there. So this part sucks. You need to go at an angle here because you don't really have a lot of control on the ice, oddly enough. Who would have thought? So you need to swing around and go at an angle so you go at a steep enough angle to not miss the red buoy there. And you need to go over those ice caps there. Yeah, this is a really hard course. So since I have a bit of a lead, I'm going to take the long way around so avoid wiping out on this. So I can avoid wiping out on that ice ramp. Here, it's all about maintaining the lead here. Whoa, it took that turn a bit wide. Okay, I'm just all about maintaining my lead now, so I'm going to take less risk. If I was playing time trials, I would take more risk here. I'll just take the miss there. You gotta use your discretion whether to take a miss or try to go for the buoy. So that's why it's important to conserve your misses for times like that, like those. So they're still pretty far behind me. I can afford to be a little safe with my strategy here. So I think I got this. This course is hard, man. If you're trying to do this, set a good time on time trials. Good luck. That's all I have to say. The buoy placement here is jerkish. Those ice caps suck and ice physics suck. Just everything sucks on this course. I like ice levels though. I don't really mind ice physics that much, but it's a good challenge. So David Marinade, 5.5 seconds behind. Michael Jitter, 8 behind. 4, close enough. And Ayumi Stewart is lost in space. Where'd she go? 24.5 seconds behind. Congratulations, you beat Michael Jitter. Yeah, sorry, I have to set the controller down to clap. Sorry if the wire gets in the way. For added effect, slow claps. Way to go, Ayumi Stewart. So after Glacier Coast, you're expecting a really hard course for the final course, right? Right. You saw how hard Glacier Coast can be. Expect the last course to be ball busting. Nope.
Welcome to
Southern Island is a really easy course. It's like Sunny Beach easy. It's a bit harder than Sunny Beach, but it's a pretty easy course. Oh, it's 37. If I was 35. Oh well. 37. Thanks, announcer. So it's sort of like a reward, saying, hey, you beat all these hard courses, have an easy course to relax with. This is a really easy course here. And this course is pretty dynamic here. I'll tell you now, in Blue Storm, I think Glacier Coast, maybe not Glacier Coast exactly, but Southern Island returns pixel for pixel in Blue Storm, exactly like this. So you need to dive there under that shortcut. But what happens here on Southern Island is that every lap the water level goes down, and it changes the course a little bit. You may notice now that this ramps up and you can jump the ship. You're going to need to jump the ship. I think jumping the ship is the fastest way there. So you're going to need to jump the ship. And since the water level's lowered, you can't take the ramp, so you can just sort of drive under this. So I like that how Southern Island changes. It's probably the most dynamic of the 8 courses. So you can see on the 3rd lap the water level's really low. So you gotta be careful not to get up on the beach. So there, jump the ship. Oh, and the AI is doing pretty crappy. They're way back there. So, oh, I got on the beach a little. So I'll take the miss. I can afford it. So I'm gonna not have a lot of power for this last stretch. Hopefully I won't regret it. Here, I'm only on green power. Green power. I'm energy efficient. No, not a big deal. Yeah. Celebrate, Ryota. We did it. First on all 8 races. You get more of a fanfare on the last race here. Southern Island is always the last race. On normal, you play Sunny Beach through Port Blue, then go to Southern Island. On hard, you play Sunny Beach through Twilight City, then go to Southern Island. And on expert, you go to Glacier Coast, then Southern Island. So, see my totals. Michael Jeter, 14 points. Ayumi Stewart, 17 points. David Marinade, 25 points. Ryota Hayami, 56. Perfect. The other racers shouldn't be allowed. They didn't meet the minimum point goal. I guess AI's rules, not my rules. So, let's go to the trophy ceremony. Dang it, camera. Yay, we did it. So, we don't get to see what Michael Jeter looks like. Maybe on the reverse circuit we'll see what he looks like. Because I don't know if I'm going to do the reverse circuit or not. I might. Yay. Thanks, Ayumi Stewart, for the applause. 3rd place will always applaud 1st place, and 2nd place will shake the 1st place's hand. So let's shake the fat man's hand. Let's claim our gold trophy. Yeah. But then say you get different jingles depending on your placement. You get a different jingle for finishing 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. And the same thing for championships. You get a different ending song if you finish 1st overall. Yes, thanks, announcer. Thanks, announcer. You get a different ending song if you finish 1st, different ending song if you finish 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So, round 1. Sunny Beach, winner. Sunset Bay, winner. Drake Lake, winner. Marine Fortress, winner. Port Blue, winner. Twilight City, winner. Glacier Coast, winner. Southern Island, winner. I win. I win a lot. So it'll show the total point rankings again. Thanks, announcer. Thanks for the vote of confidence. So, it's all there. Ryota Hayami, 56. David Marinade, 25. Ayumi Stewart, 17. Michael Jeter, sorry, better luck next time. And you may notice a challenge the next class there. It's because reverse is technically the final class, but I decided to do expert because you go forward. Reverse is a class of its own. Again, I might do expert in the stunt modes. So, yep. I am great wave racer. So, this is going to be about 40 minutes long. It's a lot longer than 1080, wasn't it? So, like I said, I'm going to do stunt trick videos for 1080. I'm going to do a reverse run of wave race. I'm going to do some of the stunt modes. So, I'm going to do more videos on them. So, this is going to be an extended quick play. Let's look at. So, yep, I'll see you guys next time.